Well, Angel Reese had her a double-double last night. That's right. Oh, once again, this proves that Angel Reese's double-doubles does not equate to victories. Never has.
You know what really gets me? Angel Reese just dropped another so-called double-double against the Los Angeles Sparks. 13 points and 12 rebounds. And her fans are acting like she just dominated the league. But let's be real. The Chicago Sky got absolutely demolished, 91-78. That's not dominance. That's window dressing on a train wreck. Her numbers might look decent on paper, but when you dig into the details, this was one of the most frustrating displays of basketball we've seen all season. Reese went 5 of 11 from the field. That's 45%. Sounds average, right? But here's the kicker. Nearly all her shots came from within 5 feet of the basket. We're talking layups, putbacks, gimmies, and she still bricked half of them. Here's where it gets embarrassing. 3 of her 5 made baskets came directly off offensive rebounds from her own misses. That's not hustle, that's damage control. She was literally cleaning up her own messes and calling it production. Fans on social media started roasting her for padding her stats with what one person perfectly called me bounds. That double-double everyone's hyping up, a big chunk of those 12 rebounds were just her grabbing her own bricks. That's like lighting your house on fire and bragging about how fast you call the fire department. The production is hollow. Meanwhile, her teammates are clearly getting frustrated. During one brutal sequence, Reese missed another layup, and you could see her teammates waving, yelling, "Right here, right here," begging for the ball while she forced up another bad shot. That's not leadership. That's tunnel vision. This wasn't some one-off performance either. Let's not forget, Reese went 0 for 8 in a previous game against New York. That's 0 field goals in an entire game. She's also made just 1 3-pointer in 4 games this season. The pattern is clear. Her offensive game has serious limitations. But the hype machine keeps acting like these empty numbers are worth celebrating. One outlet nailed it when they called this a worthless double-double. And they were right. This came in another blowout loss. The Sky have now started the season 0-3. Fans are already fed up, saying things like, Chicago should just stop playing altogether. The individual stats aren't fooling anyone. Analysts are now openly questioning whether Angel Reese is even skilled enough to be considered a rival to Caitlin Clark. What's happening here is clear. We're watching participation trophies in real time. The numbers look shiny, but they don't translate to wins. That's the harsh truth. And if you want the clearest image of just how delusional the hype around Reese has gotten, look no further than what happened during this game. Enter Kelsey Plum. The veteran guard absolutely turned Angel Reese into a meme of what might be the most disrespectful gesture of the WNBA season. After blowing by the 6'4" Reese for an easy layup, Plum, a 5'8" guard, hit her with a too small taunt. She extended her arm below her hip with her palm flat, and fans lost it. The internet exploded. Memes everywhere. Posts reading, "Cook that fraud," and "Angel, have some shame, sister." But Plum didn't stop there. She backed it all up with a performance of the ages. 28 points on 50% shooting, 6 made 3-pointers and 8 assists. She controlled the pace, hit big shots, and exposed every weakness in the Sky's defense. Even the WNBA's official social media accounts couldn't resist. They posted the too small taunt clip. The Sparks' own post-game message featured the moment as a highlight, making it clear that they were proud of Plum's boldness and dominance. This wasn't a fluke. Plum's 6 3-pointers shredded Chicago's defensive scheme. The Sky had no answers. Every time they tried to help rotate or trap, Plum found the open spot and buried them. And to top it off, Plum took an elbow to the nose during the game and still played through it. That's what leadership looks like. Compare that to Reese. While Plum was hitting threes and facilitating offense, Reese was bricking layups and racking up her bounds off her own misses. One was playing winning basketball. The other was compiling empty stats in a blowout loss. This is why Plum deserves way more credit. She's a champion. She's not out there chasing numbers. She's out there taking souls. Meanwhile, Chicago's been stuck in a never-ending nightmare. Let's get into just how bad it's gotten. Chicago's last win? September 8th, 2024. That's 8 straight losses going back to last season. They haven't won a single game in over 8 months. They're making history, but for all the wrong reasons. This 0-3 start puts them in rare company among the worst season openers in WNBA history. And what makes it worse? This game was supposed to be winnable. The Sparks were missing Cameron Brink, arguably their best player, due to an ACL tear. Yet Los Angeles still blew the sky out, without breaking a sweat. When you're losing to injury-riddled teams and looking this disorganized, you've hit rock bottom. Chicago's offense looked like 5 people who met each other for the first time at tip-off. Players were running into each other. No spacing, no rotations, no plan. Even the fans know it's a disaster. Social media was flooded with posts calling the sky trash, a meme team, and unwatchable. Other WNBA teams are openly laughing at them during warm-ups. That's how little respect Chicago commands right now. You can see it in their body language too. The players look defeated before the game even starts. Nobody wants to be the one to say it, but this team has no chemistry, no identity, and no accountability. And Reese? She's still out there chasing double-doubles like they mean something. Meanwhile, every other team is circling their calendar for when they play Chicago, because it's basically a guaranteed win. Now, let's talk about real competition. While Chicago was getting embarrassed by a depleted Sparks team, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever nearly pulled off the upset of the season. They took the defending champion New York Liberty to the wire, losing by just 2 points in the thriller. Clark dropped 18 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds. She struggled at times, but kept attacking, making plays, and leading under pressure. Her 10 assists showed how much she elevates her teammates. Her step-back 3 in crunch time? Filthy. And let's not forget the end of that game. Clark was fouled on a potential game-tying shot in the final seconds. Clear as day, but no whistle. Even Liberty fans admitted it was a blown call. Indiana should have gone to the line to tie the game. Stephanie White, the Fever's coach, called the officiating egregious, pointing out the ridiculous 31 free throw discrepancy across 2 games. She's fighting for her team, demanding fairness, while the Sky can't even demand a timeout when their defense is collapsing. After the game, Clark didn't make excuses. She owned it, saying, "We got to be more consistent, and we're close, but we got to play 4 full quarters." That's leadership. That's maturity. That's the opposite of what we're seeing in Chicago. The Fever are 0-4, yes, but they've lost their last 2 games by just 3 points combined. They're right there with the league's elite. They're building something real. You can feel it. You can see the chemistry forming. They're not losing by double digits to depleted teams. They're competing with champs. So let's compare one more time. Caitlin Clark takes the champs to the wire, hits big shots, delivers 10 assists, plays until the final whistle. Angel Reese misses layup after layup, pads her own rebounds, and gets embarrassed by a 5'8" guard hitting her with a too small taunt. One is growing into a leader. The other has become the face of empty stats. So to all the Angel Reese fans out there celebrating this double-double, look at the scoreboard. Look at the losses. Look at the disrespect from players like Kelsey Plum. You don't taunt someone who's balling out. You taunt someone who's pretending to. Chicago is a mess. Reese is stat padding. The team's chemistry is broken. And meanwhile, the Fever, despite being 0-4, are showing heart, fight, and promise. This league doesn't reward numbers. It rewards winners. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for WNBA updates.